Alright, so Star Wars Episode 9 is about a year away, and there are some very interesting leaked set images that have come out from the film. I'm going to go ahead and do some coverage on it. We have some new leaked images, as well as some old ones that had already got revealed. And so on this video, I'm going to just go ahead and go through here on the Star Wars Episode 9 Instagram page. These images right here that you see had already come out before. It's images of Finn and Poe in what appears to be like a field. This jungle scenario here with this like turbine looking thing. Let me see if I can zoom in so we can talk about it, because I want to have a discussion with y'all about this. A closer look at Finn and Poe. And I think I can't tell if that's Daisy Ridley. No, it's not Daisy Ridley. So I guess Finn and Poe are going to be on their own adventure, and there's Chewie right there. And that's what we have with these images. Now let's take a look at some of the new images that have been revealed. And I really love this Instagram page. Like, they have some cool shots, like right here. What they believe could be the final battle, Kylo Ren and Rey with a double-bladed lightsaber with two different colors. And a lot of fans have speculated that Rey's going to rebuild Anakin's lightsaber and rebuild Luke's lightsaber to create this new lightsaber. That would be cool. I mean, I sort of wish that she was Luke's daughter. That way it kind of has more of a sentimental meaning, because she didn't really have a connection with Anakin, even though that was Luke's lightsaber as well. But her being the daughter, I think, would be pretty cool. But it's too late now. I mean, unless they retcon it, I doubt it's going to be the case. Let's look at some of the new leaked images right now from Episode 9. Now, again, we have this jungle planet. Some people are assuming it's going to be Endor. In fact, there's a lot of people who are saying, oh, Ewoks, Endor, is it Yavin 4? You can see here in the comments. Because it doesn't really look that much like Endor. We're going back to a forested environment. Now, obviously, when you think forested environments, you think of Star Wars, The Return of the Jedi, Episode 6. And then the Battle of Endor. But don't forget that there was a forested environment in Force Awakens, which is where Rey and Kylo had their first duel. And that was on the snow planet, but it was still in a forest. So I kind of think it's cool if they do have their duel here. However, it just seems, based on what we're seeing, that this is not going to be the case, that this is going to be more an adventure for Poe and Finn. But again, these images may not necessarily tie into the previous ones. Let's go ahead and move on to the next image here. This is just typical like stuff they have for movies, like crates filled with, tools and things like that, set pieces. Nothing really too much to talk about there. This actually does not appear to be a set piece, though. It does appear to be a set piece, but what I mean to say is it looks like some kind of looks like some kind of tower. Again, we can't really tell here. Obviously, you would assume that this planet's going to be one of the locations of the First Order. Episode 9 is scheduled to be the final movie in this trilogy. Now, obviously, that could be changed. We could get a cliffhanger for Episode 10. I remember I went on Stupendous Waves podcast several months ago, and I said it would be really daring, because everybody kept saying that Last Jedi was bold and daring. No, daring would be if this movie ends in a cliffhanger and they announce Episode 10 as the real final one right after this movie comes out. I think that would be fantastic, even though I feel like in today's kind of atmosphere, something like that would leak. You know what I'm saying? Something like that would already have come out. So, again, another shot of the forest planet. It looks to be a big location in this film. There's very, 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 very little to go off of in this image. But it does look a lot like Endor. I mean, I don't think it is Endor. I don't believe it's Endor whatsoever. But you never know. It would be pretty cool if in this movie we did go back and revisit a lot of the planets from the previous, 8 movies. I personally would love to see Naboo again, and maybe Khorasan. We haven't seen Khorasan since Episode 3? Technically since Episode 6, when George Lucas reshot the Khorasan scenes for the Jedi Celebration, which I never liked. I thought it was pointless, but I would be okay with seeing that. We haven't seen that. This right here appears to be some kind of rig. I'm not sure if this is actually a bridge on the planet, but looking at how it looks, and these images are from Making Star Wars. I can already tell because of this right here. I actually didn't even know they were from Making Star Wars. I didn't even know until just now as I'm recording the video. So shout out to Making Star Wars. They are a legitimate source of Star Wars news. And this right here, I don't see this being a facility on the planet, even though that could be a possibility. Another shot right here. Looks like a bleacher, right? But I don't think that's what it is. I think it has more so with the behind the scenes. Now we have more images besides just those. here are some more leaked Episode 9 images. Now, this one to me is very interesting. It looks like definitely a top-down photo of what looks like either a, you know, a small replica or an actual, you know, for movie purposes, or an actual large scale. I don't think it's large scale, but you never know. X-Wing or some kind of ship that resembles an X-Wing, but it's really not an X-Wing, because if you look at the ship, even though the beak might have an X-Wing beak, where are the wings at here? Could this be an incomplete ship? Could this be, you know, could it be, you know, maybe they haven't finished building the set that would end up being Poe Dameron's ship, because it looks like Poe's ship based on the colors? Or could this be a brand new ship? Could it be another modification of the original X-Wing? As we know, in Episode 8, Poe Dameron did get his X-Wing upgraded. That did happen in that film. So, it could be possible that there is a time skip and that Episode 9 takes place sometime after 8, and then he would get his X-Wing upgraded again. The question is, where is his X-Wing? Because presumably speaking, in Episode 8, it got destroyed. We saw Poe on the Millennium Falcon at the end of the movie with Leia and Rey and Finn. His ship, who knows where it's at? I mean, presumably the First Order blew it up, you know, when it was docked in the hangar. Actually, we did see it blow up. What am I saying? We did see... I'm being stupid right now, because I forgot the scene where they actually blew it up in the movie. They shot a blast in it, and it blew up. So this could be Poe's new X-Wing. There you go. It could be a new ship. Yeah, I had a complete brain fart there, yo. I'm sorry. I had a total freaking brain fart, thinking that, you know, that we hadn't seen that yet, but it's right there. This shot right here does not appear to be in a forested planet whatsoever, or forested area. This looks remarkably like Jakku, and there's people who have left comments saying, oh, you know, it could be, there's more sand, it could be Tatooine. And as much as I would like them to revisit Tatooine, I feel like without Luke being alive, I just don't see what the purpose would be, unless there's something that Luke has in his hut on Tatooine, or Obi-Wan's hut or something. So, you know, not Luke's hut, Obi-Wan's hut that Luke went into in the Star Wars comics, right? There could be something there, but I don't think so. I think this is Jakku. I think they are going to go back to Jakku in that film. I feel like with Episode 7, there was way too much build up for Jakku, and I feel like with all the EU, well, not EU, with all the new canon stuff, like the books and the comics, they've talked about the importance of Jakku, and they've never really explained what it is. Like, even to this day, we don't have a thorough explanation about what happened between Episode 6 and 7. So we don't really know the importance of Jakku, except that it was the final base before the Unknown Region. But we don't actually have entire details on the birth of the First Order. They haven't revealed that yet. Maybe we'll get it in this movie. I don't know. Another shot right there. Again, looks more like Jakku than anything, but this could, of course, be a brand new planet. Remember, when the Star Wars Episode 7 images leaked of a sand planet, everybody thought it was going to be Tatooine, right? And so here we go again. Some tractors here. Obviously, they don't exist in the Star Wars universe. They're preparing the set for what's probably going to be a scene, a battle scene. And then here we have a nice long shot of the desert. And again, this shot right here does look more like Tatooine, without question. But I genuinely don't believe that it is. I don't think it's Tatooine at all. I think it's Jakku. Another shot of the forested area. This is all just tarps and things like that. Not really anything too interesting here. Let's move on to the next one. Another shot. Difficult to see these pictures. They are taken, you know, not really high quality, and obviously you got to be careful when you take pictures on the set, because leaks, you know, if these photos were taken by somebody who worked on you know, for Disney, you know, they're risking losing their jobs. You know what I'm saying? They are risking losing their jobs by leaking these photos. But again, all this stuff right here appears to be all in canon Star Wars stuff. Like, I don't think these are sets for I don't think these are huts for like the workers. This looks to be an actual set, and it does look a lot like Jakku. I've said it before, and there you go. This right here also resembles Tatooine more, probably because of the different shading, but that could also be the sun. I would presume that to be the case, but it could be either planet. It actually looks a lot like the scenes in the early parts of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, when we have 3PO and R2, you know, on Tatooine walking around. So it could be Tatooine, but difficult to say. Anyways, that's it. Those are the set photos from Episode 9. I'm sure there's going to be more leaks coming. What do you think? Any speculation on the planets, the battles? J.J. Abrams did say a while back that Episode 9 would be, you know, would round out the trilogy. And he's got quite a task ahead of him, but it's going to be the final. He said it was going to be like the it was going to capture, it was going to put everything in perspective to close out this trilogy. So if we do go back to these planets, I think I'd be okay with it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon, and thank you.